In 2005, DirecTV introduced a channel as part of Sunday Ticket that would change football on television forever. Hosted by Andrew Siciliano every Sunday, it was called the RedZone Channel. Anytime a team got inside the 20-yard line, you'd get that game. No commercials, no punts, no timeouts, nothing but football for 7 hours. NFL Network created their own version in 2009 with Scott Hanson, and both versions are fantastic. I remember as a kid, whenever the Jaguars weren't playing and we had one TV down in the basement, I'd watch the Red Zone. When the Jags were at commercial, I'd flip for a minute to see what was happening. The Red Zone was a game changer. It's probably up there with Fox's scorebug and the yellow first down line as one of the greatest interventions in football history. About a month ago, the RedZone Channel broadcast every single Red Zone from 2019 with Scott Hanson. All 17 weeks of the season, with each day leading up to the NFL Draft being a different day. And seeing as I was starving for live sports due to what's happening right now, and still am, I ate it up. I would have that channel on in the background constantly for those 17 days, reliving the 2019 season. And it got me to thinking. RedZone was created in 2005. What if we had broadcasts of RedZone from before then? What if there was a way to find old game footage from a random week, sync it all up, and put on a broadcast of RedZone with that? Well, that's exactly what's going to happen. I was able to obtain game footage from all 6 of the 1 o'clock games from week 2 of the 1988 season. Those games were Pittsburgh at Washington, San Francisco at New York, Tampa Bay at Green Bay, Chicago at Indianapolis, Miami at Buffalo, and New Orleans at Atlanta. I wanted to pick a week that I could find all the games for, which was not easy, and wanted to pick a week where there was tons of action going on. Watching all 6 of those games was tough, since some had commercial breaks still intact and some did not. Some of them had a VHS break or 2 in there, and others were pretty much crystal clear. But I was able to sync up all 6 of those games and figure out minute by minute what took place when. This was also extremely tough, since no network had score bugs back then, and all I had to go off of was the score updates that the networks gave roughly every 10 minutes. But after finding this footage, I got to work. Basically, it's going to be exactly like watching the Red Zone. If Red Zone was a thing on September 11th, 1988, this is what you'd be watching. Anytime a team is in the Red Zone or nearby, we're showing it. 2 teams in the Red Zone at the same time, we're going split screen. And I added some graphics packages along the way with score updates, big play alerts, and key stats. What I'm really excited about with this though, is that we're going to have a voiceover host, just like the regular Red Zone. I floated this idea on Reddit about a month ago, and while the response there was overwhelmingly positive, there was one guy who contacted me and asked if there was a way he could help out by doing some voiceovers and acting as the Scott Hanson or Andrew Siciliano of the program. He sent me some recordings of his, and they sounded great. So he's going to be hosting this broadcast. From conception to editing and everything in between, this one took over a month to complete. When counting the pregame show and the postgame show, it's roughly 4 hours of footage. I don't say this lightly, I've never been more proud of a video. To my knowledge, nobody has ever tried this before. Nobody has tried to create a historic version of the Red Zone that never actually happened. If this goes well, I've got some more weeks that I can dig up for this. So when will this video be posted? We're going to go live on Sunday, May 17th at 12:45 p.m. Eastern. That's 9:45 a.m. Pacific. Pre-game will start then, and the games will kick off at 1 o'clock, just like they would in real life. It's going to be done through YouTube Premiere, which is the first time I've ever done this, so that everyone can watch and comment on what's happening in real time. And outside of the initial ad you may or may not get when clicking on the video, there's not going to be a single advertisement. No mid-rolls, no nothing. It's 3.5 hours of commercial-free football, just like the real thing. I hope you're as excited for this as I am. This is something that's never been attempted before, but it's a thought that I've had for a while, and I'm finally able to pull it off. Red Zone for week 2 of the 1988 season goes live next Sunday at 12:45 Eastern. Hope to see you all there.